Hi, it's Molly and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a super fun one. It is all of my favorite Colourpop shades for redheads. I have been wanting to film this one forever. So I have a lot of products. I do want to get started, but really quickly, in case you're not familiar with Colourpop, it is a line of super affordable makeup. Most of the products are $5 or $6. Almost everything is under 10, except some of the palettes are like 16 to 20, but for like a whole eyeshadow palette. So the line is really affordable. It's really high quality. It is manufactured in LA and they make everything in-house, which means they can hop on a trend right away. It's one of my favorite lines for the colors that you might not necessarily want to put $20 or $30 into, but you can put $5 into it and test it out. If you get any product from Colourpop, this I think would have to be my top pick. This is the Colourpop Pressed Powder Face. It's one of their highlighters in Angel Food. And mine had a very rough journey to me. It came totally broken and smashed. So I just mixed it up with some alcohol. I thought about emailing customer service because they have great customer service, but I got it all back together, so I think it's fine. And actually, I'm really glad that it broke because I ordered 2 highlighters at the same time. And the other one, I kind of don't love, to be honest. It's like a little bit too patchy. But this one, I think because I mixed it up, is like so extra creamy and pretty and amazing. And a lot of times with powders and creams, like the more you use them, the more pigment you'll get and the more creamy they are. And just, it seems like they perform better and better as they go on. So I like to kind of mix up powders and mix up creams as soon as I get them. And I had to sort of mix it up. And it is the most like beautiful purple, like purple, pink, iridescent. It seems like it's gonna be too dark because I am really fair, and it's not. It's just like the most insane highlighter. It's what I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing it over one of the cream highlighters, and I just find this shade to be like so unreal. I don't own anything else like this, and it's just an absolutely stunning highlight. This is, I want to say, I think it is $7 or $8 with the pan. You can get, or with the compact, I mean. If you want to get it without the compact and just get the pan that you pop into a magnetic palette, that's $7. I actually recommend that because this packaging didn't totally work for me. As you can see, it's like kind of rattly. So I would probably just order the refill pan and pop it in a magnetic palette next time. But this is one of those products that I hope they never discontinue. And if it is ever discontinued, I would probably buy 5 of them because I don't have anything else like this. I truly don't own another highlighter like this. And it's just so pretty. Since I'm on highlighters, I am going to go over, these are the Super Shock Cheek highlighters. These are more of their traditional creamy, what they started out, like Colourpop was known for its very creamy, sort of bouncy texture products. And the first one, this is Lunch Money. And this is one of the more subtle highlights. And you can see the product is really, really creamy. It has like sort of a bouncy feel to it. There's nothing else like it. They're really funny to try and describe. So this is Lunch Money. It's a good highlighter for fair skin. It's a great highlighter with red hair. It doesn't, I don't know, it's just like a really good kind of champagne highlight, and it's a little bit softer. So if you're not into the super blinged out like mirror finish highlighters, Lunch Money is a great one because it will give you a really nice subtle highlight. But if you want that like big old crazy highlight, then Flexitarian is your gal. This one is like bam, pigment. Like you can see the difference between Flexitarian and Lunch Money. Craziness. So usually with these creamy, the Super Shock Cheek highlighters, I'll apply them with my finger and then I'll use a clean finger to blend out the edges, and then I'll take a beauty blender and just dab it to really make it one with my own skin. You can apply these with a fluff brush. Colourpop apparently has a great one that I haven't had a chance to test out yet. But yeah, this is like a super fun blingy highlight. This is what I have on underneath the Angel Food. I feel like super bling, medium bling, softer bling. But these are my 3 most favorite shades. They're just really pretty. Highlighter is like one of my favorite makeup products. Some days I just wear a highlighter. Like if I'm going to the gym, I'll just pop on a little highlighter. I kind of debated whether or not I should talk about the limited edition products, but Colourpop does bring them back from time to time, so I do want to mention them. This is another Super Shock Cheek. This is one of their blush shades, and it's called New Lows. And I had another one of the blush cheeks in between the sheets, which was so pretty, and I cannot find it anywhere. So this was a limited edition one. It looks like it's going to be sort of just like crazy, like too bright of a pigment. But what I would do is just sort of dab this on my cheek and then blend it out. And I don't know, it just kind of gives you a really nice flush. It is really bright, so, you know, I would just do it very sparingly. And then I would go a little bit lighter with eye makeup and a little bit lighter with my lipstick that day and just sort of let the cheek take the reins for the day. But yeah, it's just a really pretty, very like raspberry, like it reminded me of like in upstate New York, I would go outside in the winter and just come back in and my cheeks would be so flushed from being outside. It sort of has that effect, and I think it's really pretty. And also between the sheets I like, and I wish I could swatch it for you, but I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know. Another product that I absolutely love from them is their lip glosses. They have just the right amount of pigment. They're not sticky. They're pretty hydrating. My lips feel great after I wear them. And I just think that they do lip glosses really well. So let's see. There's, again, I don't know why I'm like losing all of my favorite products, which is sad to me, but there's one more lip gloss that I absolutely love called Finders Keepers, and it's just the most beautiful Your Lips But Better shade. What I have right here is the lip gloss in Aquarius, Tight Fit, and WeHo. So WeHo is more of a kind of sheer beige, and I like this one for days when I'm doing no makeup, for days if I feel like my lipstick is a little bit too pink, which, you know, as a redhead, that can happen pretty easily. I'll pop on a little WeHo and it sort of just neutralizes, browns out that lipstick. So it's a really good one. And this is Tight Fit. This is a metallic one. And I wouldn't necessarily wear a sheer metallic all over, even though sometimes if that's what I have in my purse, I will wear it all over, but I generally just like it. Like today, I just have it dabbed in the middle of my lips a little bit, and I feel like it makes your lips look fuller and just really pretty, and it's not like a metallic where, you know, like when metallic lips first came out and it was just kind of 80s, where you would just see this like purple metallic lip, and I'm like, I don't know if I've got the gusto for that one. But Finders Keepers is just, or was this Finders Keepers? No, this is Tight Fit. Finders Keepers is a shade that I can't find. Aquarius is one of the other shades that I love. It's pretty close to Finders Keepers, and this one, like, it's funny, you can tell all the shades that I actually genuinely love because they're all banged up from my purse, which I know people are like, you know, people get kind of frustrated because the tubes, if you put them in your purse, do get banged up, but these are like $6 and it's one of the best lip gloss formulas ever. So I really don't care what the tube looks like. I just care what it looks like on my face. So Aquarius is another great Your Lips But Better shade. It's just a really pretty mauve shade, and you can wear this in WeHo. You can wear it all over. Typically with lip gloss, like again, I just like it in the center of my lips, but for these shades, because they don't get super shiny or bright, I will put them all over, and then they fade a little bit and your lips just look plump and healthy and really pretty. Aquarius, Tight Fit, and WeHo. Finders Keepers is MIA. No clue where it is. Colourpop has a few different lip formulas. The next one that I love is the Ultra Satin Lip. They have an Ultra Matte Lip, and honestly, it just doesn't work for me. I'm not a huge matte lipstick fan anyhow, so I didn't expect to love it just because I don't love matte, long wear matte lipsticks. But the satin lips have that long wear effect and they aren't as matte looking as the matte ones. Who would have thought? So these are some of my favorite shades. The first one, again, you can see like so banged up because I love it. This one's called Cozy. So Cozy is this great orangey red shade that is not so orange that your teeth look weird and funky. It just looks really pretty on. Anytime I'm wearing it, people always stop and ask me what it is. This lasts me about 6 hours, and sometimes if you eat anything with oil will dissolve the base of any makeup and any lipstick, no matter what brand. So sometimes I'll eat a salad for lunch that has oil in the dressing and like all of a sudden I'll be losing my lipstick. And if I try to reapply, it gets a little bit crumbly. So I definitely think that these are great for like, if you're gonna be out for 6 hours or less, or like a night out sort of thing. Super pretty shade. Again, I really don't have anything else like it. And so it's really a standout for me. And then this is a cool shade. It's called Flitter. And this one I only use in the center of my lips again. And you'll see why, because it's a really pretty pink metallic shade. But like if you wear it all over, it can look a little bit funky. But if you pop this in the center of your lips when you're doing another long wear formula, it just makes your lips look really pretty. It's really cool. It has a gold flip to it, which means that when it turns and the light hits it, the color flips and you see a little bit of that gold, and it's just rad. I don't wear a ton of long wearing lipsticks. I just don't tend to, but when I do, these shades are really pretty. It's Echo Park and Magic Wand. I tend to just reach for more of the traditional lipstick formulas, which you'll see in a minute because I have a lot of picks in that category. But I do understand, like, sometimes you just want your lipstick to last a lot longer. So this was Echo Park. And it's a great, like, Your Lips But Better shade. And this is Magic Wand. They are pretty close. Both really pretty, like, good. I would think these would also be really good bridal shades, you know, especially if you just kind of pat them in. You don't get that heavy look that sometimes you can get with long wear lipsticks. Colourpop Lippy Sticks were the #2 product from Colourpop, so they have a very special place in my heart. This is Fighter, and it was limited edition, like I said. It's just a great blue-based red shade. It's super pretty. Bossy is pretty close, so Bossy is a great shade to pick up if you need a great red. Next up for reds, this shade is called Bichette, and this was actually the first lippy stick shade I ever tried, and I was totally in love with it. It's a much deeper red shade. Well, I say much deeper, it's not that much red. And again, it's blue-based, which blue-based lipsticks always make your teeth look whiter. And it's one of those shades where I think sometimes if you have fair skin and red hair, deeper reds can seem so intimidating, like you think you're gonna look like a vampire, but trust me, like, I wear the Bichette shade and people are always just like, what is on your lips? Just makes your skin look kind of glowy and healthy and makes your teeth look super white. This was another, I'm sorry if I'm doing too many limited editions, but I really do feel like they're good to know about in case they come back. This one was called Dazed, and it was a fall release, a fall limited edition release. And it's, I don't know, it's just like a cool sort of, not super matte, just like I don't know, I'm struggling to describe this. It's more of a brick red, but it just always looked really nice on. It never looked like a super intense red. You know how sometimes when you wear a red lipstick and you're like, I have to be in the mood to wear a red lipstick today? Dazed never was like that for me, or is never like that. I always just feel like it sort of looks like, it's like a casual red. It's a cool red shade, and I don't know, if you're listening, Colourpop, I've got some definite shades that I'd love to have come back. Moving on, these are more of the raspberry berry shades, which I know can be a little bit intimidating, but I think Colourpop again does them really well. And as always with lipsticks, you can blot them. I always forget that you can blot them, and then I'll blot them and I'm like, wow, this looks really nice. Okay, so this is Whip, and it was one of their sheer formulas. I don't think they're doing this one anymore either, but like I said, you never know with Colourpop. It's kind of like their releases kind of come and go. So Whip is more of a bright berry shade, and they had this sheer formula for a while that is like one of my favorite formulas. It's a little bit less pigmented than the other red shades, and it just always looks super pretty on. And it's sort of a cousin to, this is Hard On, and this is another, I'm trying to see if you can see the difference in formula. Hard On is basically the same shade, just a little bit more intense and pigmented. And this is a little bit more sheer version of it. And I kind of love that sheer pigment. I think it's really pretty, but I also think that Hard On is like a great shade. And, you know, berry lipstick is really pretty for redheads. And then this one is I Heart This. And it's sort of a berry reddish shade. It's kind of looking hot pink here, and I don't really think it's a hot pink shade, so I don't know why it's not like being true, but it's pretty. So these are great shades if you're looking for more of a bold lip. On to my nude picks. Today I'm wearing Sure Thing, so we'll swatch that one first. This was a limited edition release last year that they did at Valentine's Day. So this was Valentine's Day 2017. And to me, it's the perfect brown, nude, peach, like not too pink, not too, like, I don't know, it's just a really beautiful nude. I reach for this all the time because I just know I'm gonna get a great nude lip from it. So I really love it. This is a cream formula, so it's really hydrating, and it's just, I think it's so pretty on. Next up, this is Oh Snap, and this is a matte. This was another limited edition, and it's pretty close actually now that I look at it to Sure Thing. It's a little bit more mauve, but it doesn't have any pink tones in it, which I really like for nude shades with redheads. I want everything to be a little bit more peachy or brown. This is Kiddo. It's one of their sheer formulas. They tend to bring these formulas back in the summer, so keep a lookout then. And I just love Kiddo. It's one of the easiest nude shades to wear. It's a little teeny bit more pinky toned than the other ones, but because it's sheer, it just looks really beautiful on the lips. I actually bought 2 of them because I had to have a backup because things do come and go with Colourpop. You can tell this one I really love because look at how disgusting the packaging is. This is Cookie, and it's obviously been banging around my purse for a while. And Cookie is a nice nude shade. You can throw this on and then dab it in, just press it into your lips, and it just is a great, perfect, neutral nude shade. It actually is really close to Sure Thing. It's just a little bit more pigmented than Sure Thing. So this is Cookie. This is Juice Bar, another sheer shade, and it's more of a rose than a nude, I guess, but I would always just dab it in and then really blend it out, so I made it more of that rosy nude. And again, look out for these sheers in the summer. They usually will re-release them then. And last up is Lumiere, which is the Kathleen Lights collab, and I believe this was her first collab. It is a much more intense rose, so I recommend applying this lightly all over and then really pressing it into your lips so that it doesn't overwhelm you if you do have fair skin like me. Sometimes if you put on these lipsticks and you put it on at full intensity, it's just like, whoa, it's a lot of lipstick. So don't hesitate to apply these and then press them into your lips and just make them sort of have that one with your lips look. I only have one shade of this Colourpop blotted lip, so I might as well just do it now. They basically made a blotted lip formula, which is awesome because I was just saying, like, go ahead and blot your lips. And you can see how much lighter it is compared to the other lipsticks. It's super sheer and really pretty. It's a great product. This one is Ice Cube. And it's perfect for those days where your face needs a little bit more color than a nude. It's a great rosy shade and it just sort of brightens your skin up, brightens your eyes up, brightens your teeth up. You can see that it's a little bit more of a blue-based rosy tone and it's just pretty, and the formula wears really comfortably. These blotted lips, they did a nice job with. Moving on to the lip liners, this is one product that I feel like I have a zillion of from Colourpop. Like I feel like they're not even all here because I just have one in every purse. You can see they're one of my products that has definitely gotten more beat up because the white tubes do, if you put them in your purse, they can get a little bit nasty looking, but that's okay. It just means you're actually using the products, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all of the nude and reds together. These apply really pigmented. I just like to do a nice outline and I don't fill in my lips with these because it is so pigmented. Today I'm wearing, this was the first lip liner I ever got from Colourpop called BFF. Chi is another limited edition. This was the one with Karuchi and it's super close to BFF, maybe a little bit deeper. But again, like nice peachy nude. This is Oh Snap, another limited edition, and it has a little bit more of a mauve tone in it, which I really like, and I end up wearing this one a lot because I feel like it's almost the same as my lip color. And then this is the Lumiere lip pencil that goes with the lipstick, and it's a great rosy nude shade, really pretty. This is Hard On, which is a nice raspberry. This is I Heart This, that pinky, sort of pinky red. This is the Fighter lip pencil. Again, this was a limited edition one, which is such a bummer because you can see that's like the perfect red. So there's Fighter. And then I'll swatch, here's Bossy. I'll swatch it next to it so you can see how close Bossy and Fighter are. And then last up, this is Bichette, and it's that deep red shade that's so pretty. Colourpop also released their no filter concealers this year, and I have to say, they're really good. It reminds me a lot of the Shape Tape from Tarte. I will say when you let them settle, they do get a little bit more, I don't know how to describe it, but the product kind of separates more in the tube. So you do have to really shake them up before you use them. I purchased fair neutral, fair, medium, and light neutral. So let me swatch them for you. They do oxidize, so just be prepared for them to get a little bit darker. This is fair. Next up, this is fair neutral. This is light neutral. This is the shade that I wear the most. Last up is the medium, which I got just because I wanted to try it, but it is much deeper. So this is the light neutral shade that I wear the most. I will say with the concealers, I love the formula. I do wish that light neutral, they had one shade in the same tone as this, lighter, more fair, because these fair shades are just too yellow. It's a little bit too pinky, I find, and it's just a little bit too deep for my skin, whereas the light neutral, especially when I have a little bit more of a tan, just kind of has the right undertones. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are on to some of the final products. So these are the Super Shock Shadows. This was the first product that Colourpop ever released, and they're just a really cool, creamy, bouncy texture shadow. I'm wearing Mooning on my eyes, and I'm gonna show you guys what I do with them afterwards because it did take me a while to figure it out. They swatch so beautifully, but then you start to play around with them on your eyes. And if you're not really familiar working with cream formulas, it can feel a little bit tricky at first. But I do want to just go over my favorite shades. This first one is Amaze, and it's a really pretty rose gold. And honestly, I feel like swatching these Colourpop shadows is my therapy. They swatch so beautifully. This is one of those pop all over your lid shades. It's So pretty. This is Weenie, and this was another Kathleen Lights collab, and I want to swatch this one right next to it just because, oh, and you can see like this one's so much creamier because it's newer than my Amaze. So you can see how Weenie is deeper toned and a little bit more rosy mauve versus Amaze, which is that lighter rose gold. Rose gold has to be one of my favorite eyeshadow shades of all time, and definitely from the Colourpop line. I just feel like their rose golds are so pretty. This is Millionaire. This is another super popular. I think this might be one of their best selling shades. You can see they come pressed with this cool pattern. It's this great bronze shade with, it does have glittery-ish pigments in it. I don't know if I would necessarily wear it all over my eye because the glitter is a little bit too much for me, but seriously, just try popping it in that lash line underneath your eye and I think you're gonna be blown away. This shade is Boy Band and it is a cool coppery shade. You can see like the cool copper tones. And this one isn't super glittery, so I do find that I can wear it all over my lid because it's not like bam glitter in your face. It's just more of a satin finish. So that's a cool one if you can get your hands on it. And then this is the one I was talking about that I'm wearing today. This shade is called Mooning and I've never seen anything like it. And that's one of my favorite things about Colourpop is they have all these shades that are just rad. Like it's brown, sort of brownish black with a little bit of gold glitter. Isn't that cool? I 100% saw this in a Colourpop tutorial from their YouTube and bought it the same day. I was like, I need this in my life. I don't have anything like this. And I truly don't. Like, I don't have any other shades like it. I will say it's funny. I'm like swatching the newer ones, the newer shades that I've picked up, and you do have to close them really tight because they're cream formula, so eventually they will dry out. But this is Mooning. It's just such a rad deep brown shade. So I apply this on my lid close to the lash line, and then I take a fluffy brush from Colourpop. Mine has the pink handle. I believe they all have white handles now. And then what I do is I take this and I'll press the shadow where I want it, and I'll usually lay down a powder crease shade first, and then I take this brush and I just fluff it around the edges and I just buff those edges out. Last up, this one is called Leopard, and this was a limited edition shadow. I'm desperately clinging to this one because it hasn't been brought back yet. And mine, I still have a lot left, but it is starting to lose that bouncy texture and get a little bit dried out. So I would really love for this one to come back. I mean, bam, like that purple is unreal. I'll do a black eyeliner and then a little bit of navy over it and then this purple around it. And it just makes the most beautiful eyeliner shade you've ever seen. It's absolutely stunning, and it's a really, I feel like, adult way to wear purple, if that makes any sense. There's just so many like really cool, unique colors that I don't have anywhere else. And so for me, it was worth it to play around with them and really figure out how to wear them so that I could have these colors in my kit. Oh my gosh, that's it. That is everything. Those are all my Colourpop shades. So, wow. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was helpful for my fellow redheads and my fellow super fair, my fellow translucent ladies and gentlemen, whoever wears makeup. I love that guys are wearing makeup now too, because I think makeup is so much fun. I don't know, I find it so relaxing to apply in the morning. It's just the best way to start the day. Let me know if you like this style of video of one brand and picking my favorite shades for redheads. I'd love to hear if it works and it's helpful for you. I'd also love to know if you've tried Colourpop before and what you've thought, what products you picked up, all that stuff. Like, I love talking makeup. So let me know, drop me a note or a comment below, and let me know what you've tried, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, thank you. Bye.